Welcome back to Booze and Rocks. My name is David Edwards. Let's celebrate International Women's Day with the Hanky Panky. Let's get into it. It's great to have every single one of you back here today. It is March 8th, which is also International Women's Day. However, in my opinion, we should celebrate women every single day. And because of that, we are going to look at Ada Coleman, aka Coley. Now, Ada Coleman was the head bartender at the American Bar from 1903 to 1925. Now, that's at the Savoy. And this is where Harry Craddock later joined and wrote his famous book, the Savoy Cocktail Book. Now, this tells you how good a bartender that she was. She had such a great following that she was able to try out her different concoctions among the patrons. And this all at a time when it was considered unseemly for a woman to be behind bar serving liquor. That tells you something, doesn't it? And she's known to have served some of the greats such as Mark Twain and the Prince of Wales, and also Sir Charles Hawtry, an English actor and director. Now, this cocktail that we're going to make today is called the Hanky Panky, and it's named after him. I'm not sure why, although I would figure he tried to get her to do some Hanky Panky and didn't succeed, but apparently he was the best at testing cocktails and giving her honest feedback. So you know what? Let's get into it. The first thing you will need is your mixing glass. Now, this is a simple 3-ingredient cocktail, which is awesome, that starts out a bit like a martini, and some people reference as a Martinez. However, it is slightly different. So the first thing you need is your gin of choice. In this case, I am using Dillon's Gin. It's an Ontario-based gin here, not too far from where I live, and we need 1.5 ounces or 45 milliliters. And if you can get your hands on this, I highly suggest this. Now, it'll be a little harder if you're outside of the province, but you know, it's one of those things. I'm a huge fan of supporting local. The next thing we'll need is your Sweet Vermouth of choice. In this case, I'm using Dillon's Sweet Vermouth, and this has a lot of berry notes, which are quite good. And this is one of those vermouths that you could drink straight, or at least I like to drink straight. Now, 45 mils is 1.5 ounces as well. Now, the next thing we need is your little bit of Fernet Branca. Now, Fernet Branca is a herbal liqueur, so depending on your local where you go, you might find it under liqueurs. You might also find it under vintages for some reason, just depending on how it's listed. Now, the original recipe calls for 2 dashes, so what we're going to use is 5 mils or approximately a bar spoon. Oh yeah, it smells quite strong. Now, this does pack quite a punch, so let's get into it. Grab some ice. You don't need all that much. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stir this for 25 to 50 seconds, depending on your desired level of dilution, and until it's cold enough. Oh yeah, look at that. Put that there, move this out of the way, grab this, grab your strainer. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab your coupe. You can put it in whatever glass you want, but it was traditionally served in an up style, so that's what we're going to do. Ooh, look at that color. However, we still want to garnish this, so we want to grab an orange. And just above it, we're going to peel a nice swath. And just to make it a little decorative, because Ada would have done that at this time because she would have paid attention to detail. All right, we're just going to smooth it out, give it a nice sort of oblong look. And we will just give it a bit of a twist. And because I want it to sit kind of nice, I'm going to put that little cut here. And we're gonna do right here. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's give it a bit of a sniff, shall we? So immediately I get some of the orange notes from the peel and the oils. I also get some of the Fernet coming through, and you don't actually get a smell of gin or much of a smell of the sweet vermouth. Oh, that is different. I can taste the gin and I can taste the sweet vermouth, but the Fernet Branca definitely adds a twist to it. It's slightly bitter that kind of gets a little bit stronger to the back of the throat. Let's try this again. It's actually really good. It's easy to drink. It's not a super punch to the face, even though this is a straight alcohol forward cocktail. Ooh, I actually like this. This is easy to drink. It's not overly harsh at all in any sense of the word. You know what? Ada, you got it right. Oh, yeah. Here we have a nice, simple, classic cocktail made by one of the greats. What I will do is I will put the ingredients and a method of how to make this down in the description down below. If you think I should use a different gin or a different type of sweet vermouth, please leave a comment down below. If this is your first time to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification. That way, every time you put up a new video, you will be notified. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/booze-on-the-rocks, because every little bit helps. And you know what? To all the ladies out there, and she created cocktails. She's also known to have served such greats as Mark Twain, the Prince of Wales, and Sir Charles Hawtry. Hawtry?